Hey, how are you doing? Just so excited about what the Lord is doing, and I just want to ask somebody out there: have you ever planned something, and you have planned it so well, and then it doesn't work out? It happens to me many times that I would care to count, but this has taught me the will of God. I know so many people ask, how are we supposed to know what the will of God is in our lives? And because the will of God is the will of God to us every day, every day. So it's in your daily dealings that you see the will of God being accomplished in your life. And that will take, sometimes you will, do something and it works out. Other times you will do some stuff and they won't work out. And at the end of the day, you will realize that it is the will of God, because this is this is what happens. You plan to probably even go for a meeting somewhere, and you plan everything, every little detail, and the last minute something happens that just makes everything fall off, and at the end of the day you don't end up going. And if you have learned to know that God moves you, what happens is that instead of disappointment, you actually become very excited about such things. Because this is what I've seen, and it has happened in my life so many times that I've come to know, oh, it's so good to trust in the Lord and to know that He's behind everything that you are doing. Because what has happened is that when I have missed out on what it is that I thought I needed to be in, I've seen something else happening in that particular time that tells me that that is exactly what I needed. There are examples that I can use. There is a day that David, as we know him, King David, but before he became King David, he was David. And David had been anointed, yes, and at this particular time that I want to say what happened to him. And I believe that every day he woke up, because he was the one who was watching his father's sheep, he woke up thinking that that's what he's gonna do. Probably he was told the previous day, tomorrow you're not going to watch the sheep. You're gonna go down and take some food to your brothers and just bring me the report of what is going on. And that changed everything that he was used to. And so when David goes down there, of course he didn't know anything much about Goliath. He went there, and what he knew is that he knew God, and so he hears this guy talking about the armies of God, and he is provoked to do something. And I'm talking about when your plans do not prevail, but the plan of God actually prevails in whatever you think is not what you wanted to do or what you planned to do. And as we know, when David killed Goliath, it was the beginning of him actually, becoming popular, and it was a path that was made by God for him to be able to get into the palace and become the king. And so I just want to encourage someone out there, whenever you get this, those things that we would call disappointments, actually from today onward, don't get disappointed when you have planned something and it doesn't work. Just let it go. Let it go and ask God, what is it that you want me to get out of this? Or, be on the lookout. Let your spiritual antennae be so high that you sense whatever the Lord is doing in your life. Because there is something He's doing. He's always doing something. And if you pay attention, if your heart is in the right place, you will see it. And when you see it, you start understanding why somebody like me would say that my life is awesome. If you look at me outside, on the outside, it looks like who am I? Because I don't have everything that everybody thinks that you should have when you're so blessed. But I'm telling you the truth. I've seen the ways of the Lord, and they're just magnificent. They're just awesome. This is the reason why I'm so excited about life, to know that God has his will in us. It is unfolding every day in our lives. When people say no to us, it's another, yes to something else. And when a door closes on you, there is another door open for you. When you have planned something so well and it doesn't succeed, that is not a failure. It is actually a success, because you know for sure there is something else. And when you trust God at that level, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a beautiful, beautiful life. And so I just want to speak that and to tell you that, don't, learn to just enjoy life and learn to walk in the will of God. Know that your life is not your own. And so, always have that room. And I say, it's when you put God first, when you truly put God first, there are no disappointments in life. You start celebrating the doors that are open and the doors that are closed. You start celebrating when you have wanted to go somewhere or wanted to be with a friend and something came up and you could not go. You start celebrating it, not because you don't love people or you didn't want to be there. And it's just that there is the will of God in your life. And so the Lord bless you. I love you so much, and the Lord loves you, and I'll talk to you some other time.